I recently decided that I was going to watch and just consume, I guess, all kinds of Black art. And one of the things that I am doing is as I'm working, I'm watching interviews and videos and learning names in history that I didn't get in school. And the one that I just finished watching is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, which was made in 1979. And spoiler, it's about Maya Angelou. I didn't know that starting out. It was just a movie that I wanted to watch because it had black people in it, and that's not who I'm used to seeing on screen. And so I clicked it, I started watching it. As soon as I heard Maya, I thought, oh, what a great name. That's such a great historical figure. I have been watching her interviews for a long time now, just watching anything basically that YouTube will offer me. And a while ago, I fell in love with her because of her love of words. I also have a love of words. And so I got excited when I heard Maya. I didn't realize it was going to be a documentary about her life, which I knew. I knew the story, and still it was a very interesting experience for me watching this film. So let's go through and I will just give you a white woman's perspective on seeing this documentary on Maya Angelou. Me too. I love children and I love grandmas. Those are the people that I love. So this introduction just instantly gets me excited because these are my people, the age groups that I love.
Steps, Arkansas.
I didn't know her story went to Arkansas. Actually, I didn't know where her story took place, really. I assumed somewhere in the South. And I assume that because my family speaks the way she does, and they're from the South. One of the things that I love about older people is that they're pushy in a helpful way, or that they can be pushy in a helpful way. Because here in this scene, you'll see how Mama is helping one of her friends take care of her mental health with like continuing to do the things that she's always enjoyed doing. And we'll just take a look.
Take £half today. No use getting extra.
I'll get it.
Don't forget your soda, Sister Fletcher. You forgot to get soda last month. How's your baking powder?
Well, now, Sister Johnson, no use for baking powder. Nobody left at home anymore. They all gone now.
You take this, and you bake something, and you bring it back here for my grandchildren. They'll give your bacon its due.
Especially if it's got chocolate in it.
That's mighty nice of you.
£1, Mrs. Fletcher?
Baking really does the soul good, and especially sharing what you bake. It's also healthier to share what you bake, because then you eat less of it. So I've heard. In this scene, they are hiding Uncle Willie, and one of the things that I didn't like right up at the beginning is that one of the father characters in this film, at least he comes across to me as the main father figure for the children towards the beginning. I didn't like that they made him, or that they, I didn't like that the character was disabled, because I think that one thing that people fear is an able-bodied black man. And so I didn't like that Uncle Willie had to have this pass, is that he's a disabled black man. And so he's not going to be harmful, which it's fine. I love disabled people in general. I want, I understand that they are powerful in their own right. I have friends that are disabled and are powerful in their own right, and it's great. I have to do more research on this film. I don't know who made it. It was released in 1979, which that was an interesting time in history to be released with such a film. I wonder what the audience was. There are a lot of questions that I have, and a lot of things that I love about this movie. But as a white woman sitting in quarantine in 2020, what I didn't like seeing was a pacified character just because he's disabled. But anyway, this is just a scene where I really thought about it. They're hiding him here because some white guy came by and just warned that there was a black man who messed with a white woman, and so he was warning the family to let them know that they need to hide Willie just in case anybody comes by and wants to do horrible things, because that's the way it was in that time, and unfortunately it's still the way it is some places on the earth today.
Go ahead now, Willie. Go ahead.
This shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be.
Willie, I agree with you 100%. And that is a clever hiding place because you have airspace, and I just no one should have to think about that as a hiding place. But it was a good hiding place.